challenge begins. Now into the first game between ahaha and Pascal hates us.
Yeah, we have a Shadow Cleave versus an RLS, and again, this is Benny's RLS. If those of you that know who Benny's is, he's still a top-notch warlock, even in Cataclysm. There's a ton of damage going out onto this DK. He managed to deathcoil the DK. Now this DK is just sitting there in AMS, trying to do whatever he can, but he does get dismantled. And the DK is tunneling into the Shaman. The Shaman's getting quite low. He's at 30%, 40%. And now look at all this spread damage. This team is just rotting away to
Yeah.
Shadow Cleave.
Yeah, this is a Shadow Cleave. I mean, you got both the diseases from the DK, the dots from the Warlock, and now the Rogue is dropping really low, down to 10% there for a second. Nature Swiftness has to be popped from Hulk Smash, and now still taking so much damage from the dots. There's not even anyone on him, and I mean, the Shaman has a really tough time right now picking everyone up.
Yeah, look at this Shadow Cleave just murdering everybody, whatever they touch. They even managed to kill a pet. And now the DK is maybe at 50%, but he's got an AMZ around him, which means that the only real damage on him is going to be from the Rogue, but I believe he's mutilate anyway, which means more magic damage. I mean,
Yeah.
it's insane how well this team is doing. Like, this Shadow Cleave,
Wow.
and this Rogue is at 8%, 6% dead. He died in a vanish. Like, that is extremely solid play by that Shadow Cleave, the way they
There's just so
handled
much
that.
damage being put out by Pascal. And now the game's on, and actually Spoil opens up onto Tupti, the Warlock, and the Warlock is actually, I think he used a Voidwalker in the early, before the game started, to get that shield.
Yeah, that was a good play by the Warlock. He knew he was going to be taking damage. The Druid also got blinded and trinketed. That happened at the very beginning of the game. And now the RLS has popped Heroism. Let's see if they can capitalize on the fact that they're going to be doing ridiculous damage. This Rogue really needs to connect to something, but he's really struggling.
Yeah, finally he managed to get onto the DK, and there's a huge amount of damage going on to the DK. Icebound 42 being popped, down to 25%, and a Death Call on top of the Warlock, but it's going to be able to pick him up. He even sacrifices his pet to get enough heals.
Yeah, that was really good how they managed to get some cooldowns at least during this Heroism. The Rogue does get grip back to the DK. He's trying to hit the Warlock here. He's going to connect with him behind the pillar. No, never mind. The Warlock does port away and manage to get to his Druid. The Rogue does switch back to the DK here. He's just trying to hit whatever he can. It's really what you got to do as a melee against people that know how to kite you, is you just have to connect, man.
Yeah.
Just make sure you keep putting damage out. And he is hitting the DK, but the Rogue is taking a ton of damage right now. He has the Hellstone. The Shaman gets gripped in, and now the Shaman is going to be taking a ton of damage. And now, are they going to switch back to the Rogue? Yes, they are. This is... Oh man, I love this Shadow Cleave right now. They're just hitting whatever doesn't have Earth Shield, and it's really, really gonna pay for itself. It's great play.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly what they should do. I mean, they should be putting dots and diseases on everywhere, like spreading it like, I don't know, cancer or something. Oh, that was bad, sorry. But, yeah, Spoiled forces use an offensive cloak to get onto the DK. There's a sheep shop opening it up. And the DK actually is taking a little bit of damage, but he manages to get away with the ice thing.
Yeah, now the Rogue is sitting in endless chains right now. This is really unfortunate for him. I can't tell you how bad I feel for him right now. But he is managing to connect to the DK right now, but the DK pops AMS and he's fine. Now the Rogue is taking tons of damage. Gargoyle is popped. Rogue even gets a Moonfire on him. They are going to go for a kill here. He did already pop Cloak. He's at 40%, gets healed up to 70%. Now there's another Riptide. Shaman has to Water Shield because he is running lower on mana, because this is a ton of damage being put out by the Shadow Cleave.
Yeah, we saw a really nice fear onto the DK when that happened, which is, I think that was why he didn't go down. But now Dotzo's actually taking a huge amount of damage.
And this DK is already sitting at 30%. He's getting low, and he does get picked back up there. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe it was balloons ticking or something. Now he's death coiling. I think he was trying to heal himself with that death coil. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. He is going to be pumping anti-magic, so shell. But I mean, the DK just spamming chains of ice to not let the Rogue get close to him.
Yeah, and now this DK is playing beautifully. He's kiting away from the Rogue. still doing damage to him. Rogue dips to 6% health. Forced an NS. The NS didn't even go off, I don't think.
Yeah, there was a clutch cyclone onto the shaman.
The Shadow Cleave really does have everything in this RLS. I mean, I feel like the only thing they really have is raw damage output.
Right, so the rogue is going to try open up on the warlock. He actually doesn't get the sheep shot off because of Hellfire from Dotzers. Really nice play by him there.
Yep, and the Rogue is sitting in a roots right now. But the DK does get feared. DK gets put into a death coil, but he gets a... I don't know why he death coiled there. I feel like that wasn't very worthwhile. I mean,
Because he
damage.
could. Like, he just like, I can, why not? But now now we got a sheep shot onto the warlock. Actually, now it's the Shadowcleave's team that's taking the most damage. We gotta swap this around once again because they keep swapping sides. And now the druid is caught in a sheep shot here. Forced to pop box skin.
Yeah, look at this Warlock on the RLS team. He's just waddling, trying to do anything he can. He was at 70%. Now he got picked back up. This DK is about to connect with someone, and I feel like that someone's going to be this Warlock, and that's going to be a ton of damage.
Yeah. But right now the DK is taking a fair amount of damage. There's a death call onto the shaman. Shaman's actually down.
Switching to Shaman, he gets stunned. That was really nice there. He's running behind a pillar. He's running away from his peels. I don't think that's a good idea. This DK also has AMZ popped. Looks like both teams are going to be okay for now. I could be wrong. This DK is taking a ton of damage still, even with AMZ popped.
Yeah, and now the anti-magic shell is going to be popped as well to negate even more damage from the warlock. But the rogue is taking a little bit of damage. This kidney shot, actually the hunter pet was being killed and all that. Feldom has been used though, so you got it up back again.
Warlock pet, yeah. I just know there's someone that's going to yell at you for that. I'm just kidding. So the DK gets into a fear again, and the DK needs to connect with something. It looks like his target of choice is going to be the rogue. Never mind, he is death coiling the other warlock pet. Now he's just trying to kite away from this rogue to prevent damage. But look at the mana right now, real quick. I think the druid might have used Innervate, but he's still at like 90%, as opposed to the shaman's 50%. It really shows you just who's putting out more damage.
Yeah, and that's how it's gonna be. I mean, the Shadowcleave just do constant damage all the time with the disease and the dots, whereas our less strength is in the burst. And obviously burst healing takes a lot of mana, but being constantly under pressure, having to heal all the time is gonna consume even more mana.
Yep. And this DK has a full runic power bar right now. As soon as he gets out of the stun, something is gonna drop. I can guarantee that. And he does grip the shaman, and he's trying to hit the shaman, but it looks like he's switching back to the rogue, dumping runic power into him.
Yeah.
Rogue is already at 20%, 30%, gets a stun on him.
And
There's
also nature swiftness.
DK, and there's more damage into the shaman. Shaman is trying to run away. Shaman is running behind a pillar at 20% health. The DK won't be able to hit him, but the DK is going to be able to hit this rogue. And now the DK's in a kidney shot. I'm not quite sure what to make of this game right now. This rogue is taking so much damage.
Really nice death grip there by the DK on top of the shaman. The shaman is now in a really bad situation. I don't think he got this interrupt there. No, he did not. The rogue is actually caught in a cyclone.
They are going to hit the rogue out of that because he did switch Earth Shield to himself. He picks himself up a great deal. Wow, this Hulk Smash guy is doing a ton of healing.
Yeah, he's really nice
the
heals.
Druid is actually the one lower on mana.
Yeah, and Smash Simon the DK is gonna have to pop Icebound Fortitude to survive. He is disarmed as well now, but Hulk Smash once again taking huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, and there's a blind out onto the Warlock right now. I don't think he has a trinket for that, and he does get feared right after. And look at this rogue taking so much damage.
Yeah.
All the while, the Warlock has been crowd controlled for the past 15 seconds, and the rogue has to use Cloak. This DK does an absurd amount of damage.
Now the Warlock is dropping really low. It has to force Hellstone.
Back up and dies. Oh,
wow.
That DK does so much damage if you guys saw that. The opposing team's Warlock, or rather the Shadowcleave's Warlock, was crowd controlled. He was in a blind and then a fear, which means that his dots were done ticking because of all that crowd control.
Yeah.
And then DK still managed to kill the Warlock. That DK does absurd amount of damage.